Welcome back to another installment of How to Run a Business Without Losing Your Mind. I hope all of you are enjoying spring break and had a happy Easter. Me and my family, we just got back from spring break. We were down in Gulf Shores, Alabama. For the last couple of years, a big group of us head down to Gulf Shores and we rent a house on the beach. This year we rented a 15-passenger van for the 16-hour drive, and I danced on a table at the hangout. It was a great time with our friends until the stomach bug sort of made its way through the house. Here's my view from spring break. On the drive down, I listened to this great book called Slow Productivity by Cal Newport. The basic 3 pillars of the book are, number 1, do fewer things. Number 2, work at a natural pace. And number 3, obsess over quality. In the book, Newport said this: we've become so used to the idea that the only reward for getting better is moving towards higher income and increased responsibilities that we forget that the fruits of pursuing quality can also be harvested in the form of a more sustainable lifestyle. Working in the creative space over the years, I've always joked that as long as you pay me my day rate, I'll shoot a campaign for you or I'll pressure wash your deck. Book raised the question though, is it possible to do less? I have a really hard time saying no. I think this is because I'm always afraid of the work going away. When I first started out, I said yes to everything, which always leads to burnout. So what does it mean to work at a natural pace? One of the things that Newport writes about is he said, whatever you think it takes to do a project, go ahead and double that. I'm always a victim of thinking it'll take a half hour and it takes 3 weeks. So if you think it'll take a week, schedule 2 weeks to get it done. My natural pace of work usually goes a little something like this. You work hard towards a project and then you work really hard on the project, and then I bug out. If I don't take time to stare at a wall or tinker or do something other than creative work, I tend to begin to resent the work that I probably should have said no to in the first place. So how do you obsess over quality? I'm always torn on this one because sometimes my obsession over quality leads to me being paralyzed by perfection. Sometimes done is better than doing nothing. A lot of times when you're making things for other people, they don't give a shit about quality. They sort of just want it done by the deadline and out the door and on to the next one. I would add to Newport's thoughts on obsession over quality and say that you should quietly obsess over quality. I try really hard to be decisive about quality. Make a decision, move forward quickly. As an artist, it can always be better and it's never good enough. But if you want to pay your bills, you have to decide, make the thing, and be agnostic about the outcome, and then rinse and repeat. One of the things that we are trying to do as a company is answer the question, how do we build something that is sustainable and enjoyable? And a lot of times we meet with clients and I'll ask them that question. How do you build a sustainable and enjoyable marketing plan? How do you build a sustainable and enjoyable strategy overall as a business? It doesn't always have to be up and to the right. You have to define what that is. And for us, it might look a little different than for you. But his 3 pillars of do fewer things, work at a natural pace, and obsess over quality really line up with that idea of sustainable and enjoyable. If you haven't already checked out that book, I highly recommend it. Again, it's called Slow Productivity from Cal Newport. Speaking of books, I also listened on the way home to Andy Weir's new book called Hail Mary. It's like this nerdy sci-fi book about aliens, and his books are awesome. He wrote The Martian. I highly recommend it. I'm also listening to this band called OMA that I stumbled upon on TikTok. They're sort of this 90s hip-hop cover band, but they're pretty cool. You should check them out. In other news, the Frank and Harvey hotline is open for all of your marketing, creative, fashion questions. Also, we finally got the wall patched from our water leak, and so now we can start making progress again on the studio. We just have to deal with a giant poop-stained carpet thing over here, but onward and upward. Again, thanks for watching, and sorry for wasting your time. And as always, here's a list of services that we offer. Hit me up if you need help with any of these.